Welcome, nerds, to another news discussion of the Lunch Table Podcast, brought to you by Anchor, where we bring you the latest news happening in pop culture and entertainment. I'm your host, Dylan. Joining me for this episode is none other than the greatest co-host in the universe, Akram. How's it going, bro? You ready to spill the tea this week?
Another great intro. You're a great co-host, man. I'm really excited to talk about everything today. How are you, by the way?
Very good. I'm doing well. There's a lot of news we got for you guys. Let's open it up with the Matrix trailer, which just dropped. That's a lot to break down, bro. It makes me want to rewatch the whole trilogy again. How did you feel about it?
I'm planning to on HBO Max. It's in 4K right now. I loved it. I'm like really separated from the Matrix. I watched it really long time ago. I know a lot of people are diehard fans, especially of the game. Um, I loved it. I really did like it a lot. Glad Keanu's back. Have some questions about Morpheus.
I think a lot of fans do, because that wasn't Lawrence Fishburne, right?
No, the actor who played Black Manta and also Dr. Manhattan
Oh
in
yeah, that's right.
Watchmen. Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like, well, apparently that this game seems to be canon, derived from the video games too, which is interesting. I mean, I know there was an animated movie or like a short series back in the day that I think is canon as well. Because the Matrix used to be really big. I mean, it was really groundbreaking for the time of CGI. Even now, if you look back to CGI, it's like bad, but like just action or like setting up the universe. So it was really groundbreaking. I love the trailer. There's so much going on there, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot, and it's kind of funny. Like a lot of people have always said, like, what if uh Neo like woke up from a dream, like at the end of the movie, and he just like woke up in his bed or something. So it's kind of interesting because they're playing with that idea in the trailer. It's like I keep having these dreams of like seeing all these stuff, and so I'm not sure where this is gonna take place. I don't know if it's gonna be like in reality or in the actual Matrix, because I do remember at the end of Revolutions, the machines did free all the people trapped in the Matrix, so it's gonna be interesting to see. I'm not sure if we're gonna see any of the original cast members too, like Jada Smith or I forget who played Oracle,
Oh
or
yeah,
any of
yeah, yeah.
the other cast members. So I don't know. We'll have to see. And it's coming out December 22nd of this year, around Christmas time. So
Very exciting. Yeah, I don't have much to say about it because I never really been a big Matrix fan, but I mean, visuals look stunning. You know what I mean? It definitely has like this Inception vibe going on here and there. So there's a lot you could do with it. I think it's gonna be chaos. I think because the song wouldn't, what the song was about too. I think it's gonna be a lot of chaos. So it's gonna be fun.
yeah, it's a very well edited trailer.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if we'll see like a like a Smith cameo at the end.
Yeah, because he's
With
not
Hugo
there either.
Weaving. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. All right. Well, next up on my news, Disney Plus Day coming this November 12th. I got a lot of predictions for that because it's their quarterly investor day. So I'm predicting we'll get a Boba Fett trailer. What do you think, Akram?
I definitely agree with you. I think we're definitely gonna get a Boba Fett trailer. I think that's definitely coming. But hopefully we get some more info on Mandalorian season 3. I know it's not really in the works right now, apparently, and Pedro Pascal is also he's filming currently The Last of Us Part 2, and he's getting paid a shit ton of money, 600,000 for an episode.
Oh
Holy
shit.
hell. Yeah,
Well,
so
I
it's
heard
like
this is also gonna be the final season
for oh
for
man.
Mandalorian, and it's gonna be
Oh
8 episodes. So I don't know. I mean,
wow.
I don't know how far they can take this show. I mean, I would love it to end on a good note. Like I always like things to end on good notes rather than prolong it or
Right.
get it diluted. But I don't know. Yeah, I hope we get another, or at least like a sneak peek of what they're doing with the show.
Yeah, I mean, and then also, but there's so much to be revealed, like acolytes, right? Where does that take place, right? It's all about the Sith too. Um, there's other shows. Maybe new animated shows. Maybe we get some information on Bad Batch, season 2, stuff like that. And also like the world of Marvel, because it's Disney Plus, right? So so it's like probably they'll show a trailer for Hawkeye, another one, and probably most likely they'll show a trailer for Hawkeye, and most likely we might get some more info or a promo image of Miss Marvel and her actual iconic suit that we've seen leaks for, but we actually need to see like a high res like actual photo. So I don't know, or I don't think they'll reveal any like direct to movie thing because that's the thing now. I mean, I'm sorry, direct to streaming
I was gonna
movies.
ask you about that because with
Yeah.
all the hot takes right now with the Scarlett Johansson lawsuit, obviously, do you think and, like, Shang-Chi did really well too. So, I don't know, it looks like they're moving towards, like, strictly back to theaters, but I mean, with the Delta wave too, it's another possibility they might go both ways, like streaming and theaters. How do you feel about that?
It's a double-edged sword because the industry, I'm not gonna say is always evolving. The industry is always evolving with streaming,
He said
but
it, he said it.
but it's like I don't know. There is a risk, right? That's why you should get vaccinated. Anyone listening should get vaccinated. But then again, it's like smaller children are more susceptible, or even a week or whatever. I don't know. And who wants to get sick even with a fucking common cold? You know what I mean? Like who just wants it? But going to the theater, it's supporting a business, right? And it's a huge business. Um, so and also like I'm sure the pay is the same for actors no matter what. Like the production value could still be high. I mean, again, like going back to Pedro Pascal getting paid 600,000 an episode, so that doesn't really change it, right? And I don't care about like aspect ratio shit like that because the director from Dune was saying something about that, and apparently Dune was like really good, but it's not all that. So it's like does it really matter? Is it really worth the risk? I don't know. It's really up for debate. I know that people should support certain businesses, but sometimes there may be a cost. So it really is a double edged sword. If they, I would keep it honestly, like leave it for 45 days, and put it back on streaming. I would honestly keep it like that because also Disney, as a business perspective, right? Disney Plus will gain that money, $30. And if you're a big Marvel fan, of course you're gonna go because you have all access to it, right? Once you get it, that's it. You can see it anytime you want, especially if you just want to like people like us, like if you want to analyze it or something like that, right?
I
That's
think
sooner
45 days is kind of a stretch too. I think they should shorten that because I mean, like, especially
yeah,
like
that's true.
a lot of Marvel fans, they try and like people like us who like do like reviews, like they kind of want to like get on the hype of it, right? So I feel like they should at least like add an option where you can watch it early. If you pay like a fee or something, at least you're getting that early content. That's just
Oh
how I feel
yeah,
about it.
absolutely. I absolutely agree. I mean, I definitely, and the great part again is that you get to keep it there with you. Like Black Widow is still in my catalog, along with Cruella. Don't at me. And but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's a win-win. Really, I don't feel like anybody's really suffering because Shang-Chi did really well. I mean, if you put it still on Disney Plus, I feel like it's still a win-win unless people really want to get every cent of that royalty check, which I understand is their money, but for the greater good, I don't know. It's a hard discussion, it really is. But I am excited for that Disney Plus thing coming out, so I can't wait to see more. I hope we see more Star Wars. I think we need more shows to open up the universe because, like, the comics are doing such a great job and Clone Wars, but I feel like give us a live action thing like The Mandalorian to open up more of the universe. Like, what's up with the High Republic, right? We have nothing on the High Republic. I don't even know when the Sith acolytes take place. Probably in the High Republic. I would hope so. At least something.
Well, I
Um,
mean, we also have the Andor series, which they said is gonna be 12 episodes. We still have Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I think, don't quote me, I think they wrapped up production, so maybe they're just in post right now.
I think I heard that.
Um,
Yeah,
so that's gonna be 6 episodes. I hope they're like long episodes too. If you're giving us 6 with Ewan, come on, we gotta get like hour episodes. I hope
2 hour episodes
at
each.
least, right? Mini fucking movies and shit. Um, but yeah, it's also I just want to mention like going off of like Marvel and stuff. WandaVision did score 2 Emmys, one for narrative production design and one for sci-fi fantasy costumes, which I thought was really cool. It earned 23 nominations, so I would hope it would at least win some of them.
That's crazy because that's my least favorite show from the releases. Is I felt like I always say this, but I feel like the ending went to the typical Marvel trope of like bombastic battles or whatever. I like the beginning, which a lot of people would feel bored. It's not a lot of people's cup of tea, but I like that it kind of threw people off. It deserves it though. I really feel like they put in the work. Especially it's in front of a live audience. That's how they filmed it, right? So it was really different for a Marvel show. They deserved it. The costumes, obviously, Marvel hands down has like the best costuming. They do such a great, except Agents of Shield, but they do such a great job. So,
Yeah, the whole Marvel aesthetic is just beautiful. I love everything that they do with their shows and movies. But yeah, they definitely will earn this awards. Um, and then going off Marvel again, leaked photos of Black Panther 2 show Okoye and Shuri in their costumes. So there was two photos, I think. One of them they were kind of like in these like dark robes or whatever, and then they were kind of like also in these like modern like clothes or whatever. So I just thought that was interesting. I don't know what like the whole plot right now is kind of like up in the air with Black Panther, so I don't know what they're gonna do. I heard Namor might be the villain for this movie. So we might hopefully get like a Wakanda and Atlantis war or something. What do you think?
uh, well, yeah, no. First of all, I seen those set photos as well. Yeah, those black robes they usually put those for like the actors to so people don't take pictures, which anyway they do anyway. And those they were wearing it bad anyways. They look cool nonetheless, and I like that muscle car there too. I thought that was pretty cool. But going back to the Namor thing, yeah, definitely. I think that it's gonna be an unspoken truce, or there's some hostility, right? It's kind of like the situation with like Palestine and Israel, like something like that. I feel like it's gonna Marvel sometimes likes to pull from reality. That's Marvel in general, all comics, right? So I feel like that's kind of gonna be what's at play, something like that, right? And it's primarily in the sea, so it's not like you're really gonna see uh Atlanteans or some shit like that. So um I I think it's gonna be like a truce at the end. Really interesting how the death of Chadwick Boseman will play into this whole thing. Why would Namor be there? Oh, unless Chadwick is, T'Challa is gone, and so Namor is like this type of character who he
Take advantage.
yeah, yeah, at first, and then who's the big villain? I don't know because I'm not really a big Black Panther guy, so I don't really know all the villains. But um, I think definitely. I wonder who's gonna get the mantle. Speaking of that, because that's all people are thinking about right now. So a lot of people are probably thinking Shuri. A lot of people are thinking like they're probably gonna recast, or it's gonna be a different character. I mean, and that character, whoever replaces Chadwick, which obviously you can't really replace Chadwick because he did such a perfect job, but who carries the mantle over has a big responsibility because that's gonna be years, right? So if it's Shuri, that's Black Panther for years. That's gonna be everywhere, right? And change comics as we know it as well. So, but set photos really cool. I like Okoye, I believe, or one of the Dora Milaje's costumes. I think some of them were stunt people anyway. It looks cool. It looks like a redesign too of or unless it's just like streetwear or something like that. Shuri's in a city. Where is that photo taking place? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I didn't get that part.
I think it might be not in somewhere like in like something like I don't know Asia
Hmm.
or something like that. I think it might be in the U.S. I'm not too sure.
Probably, yeah.
Um, but so that's interesting if
Hmm.
it is in the U.S. Because I got a feeling we might even see Black Captain America. A lot of people don't talk about that, but I actually got a feeling we're going to see Sam Wilson. Just for the
Hmm.
simple fact that if they are in the U.S., right? Um,
Well, they also mentioned. I think Kevin Feige said they're going to be introducing Ironheart. So I don't know if it's through this movie
right.
or her own show, but
No,
it would
no,
be
no, from this
interesting.
movie. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's gonna be interesting. I don't know how I feel about Ironheart because the only place where I read about her really was from that J.J. Abrams that he co-wrote a comic book with his son. It was a Spider-Man book. It wasn't that good to be honest with you. I think it was like overrated, but she made an appearance there, and I really liked her character from there at least. So I don't know how she would be like in a normal, comic book or something like that. I like her as a character. I never heard of the actress before. That's the great thing about Marvel. You cast these people like Miss Marvel, for example, that are kind of like unknowns, but they they do such a compelling job that they get a great legacy going later on, like Chris Evans or something like that, even if he's Human Torch, but still. So I'm excited. World of Marvel is awesome.
Definitely. I'm not like a huge like Ironheart like reader, but I would love this movie to be like a great introduction to her character and hopefully like get me into her comic line. Speaking of Captain America, I heard they're trying to get him into Cap 4. I don't know. Cause I
Uh,
think
who in Cap 4? Captain America
Marvel.
himself?
Yeah.
Like make a Captain America 4?
No, cause I think America 4 is gonna be strictly about Sam, right? Coming off
Right,
Falcon and Winter Soldier. But I
right.
heard they're trying to get Chris Evans somehow involved in the fourth movie.
Oh, wow. That is strange because he would be super well, in the comics, he had a short stint as Captain America, and then all of a sudden Chris Evans I mean, not Chris Evans, all of a sudden Captain America, Steve, comes back. Um, so I don't think that's gonna happen, but there's a great possibility that's gonna be kind of like what's his name, Elijah Bradley, like that type of role to Sam. Like Sam needs a
Sure,
lot of
yeah.
advice. I mean,
Mhm.
and when you pull from the greats too, and it's kind of like boxing almost. Like when you pull from the greats and like people are constantly counseling you, you do a greater job. And it's a huge responsibility. So I would imagine that. I mean, that'll be really, really beautiful to see.
I mean, he has
Um,
Bucky too as, like, support too, so I can't imagine he would
yeah.
rely too much on Steve, but because
Well,
he
I
has
like their dynamic because they feed off each other. Because Bucky's so old, right? But he has so much more issues in mentally at least than Sam does, right? So that's why I like the dynamic. But yeah, I want to see an interaction between Steve and Bucky. I think that'll be really heartfelt and really funny.
yeah, I wonder if they're gonna include, Agent Carter in this too. Because remember on that cliffhanger at the end of the show, she kinda, like, went rogue. So,
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see her too. Yeah, I a lot of high hopes for the rest of Phase 4 or going even to Phase 5 even.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, what news do you have for us today?
So riffing off of Marvel, actually, there was some not leaked. One of the creatives from the show actually posted on Twitter some photos of Melania Van Thrub. Sorry if I'm butchering that name. She's from the AT&T commercials. AT&T girl, basically. She's Squirrel Girl, um, and she looks like she fits the part. I seen some like test footage or something like that, and also she had like a really I don't know. It was pretty campy. The costume. It was like a big tail, right? Obviously, in the comics, she has a big tail like that, but it looked like she was like cosplaying or something like that. Um, it looked really campy, uh, but whatever. It's canceled. That's from the show New Warriors, right? That was supposed to come out in 2018. This was around the time I think it was going to come out on ABC. So this was around the time too when you had like shows like Inhumans, right? That I don't know if you remember. Like they posted like an episode or two in IMAX. They screened it there. I went to watch it. It was like ass, right? So they canceled that. So I feel like this show didn't rise just for the simple fact that it was kind of not doing so well. Uh, Screenwriting wise or anything. It's kind of like Powerpuff Girls, right? In CW that they completely scrapped and now Chloe Bennett left. Um, I mean, it looks cool. I mean, there's like characters like Mr. Immortal, Robbie Baldwin, stuff like that. Night Thrasher. Night Thrasher's cool because I never even thought of like him in the MCU and how you would do the costume, right? Even Mr. Immortal, whatever. But nonetheless, uh, cute, cute stuff. But moving off of that, we also have Aquaman suit reveal. That's a
Yes.
definitely left field from
Jason
Marvel.
Momoa, my boy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We gotta get him on the podcast one day. Uh, but looks cool. That's like a stealth suit. So he has his OG Aquaman suit, but he also has like a stealth suit that apparently is like obscure, like really obscure in the comics. That there were some images
Almost like
shown.
armor, like, in a way, like sweat
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's cool. I wonder what's the purposes of that. I mean, I wonder how they're gonna like what's the context behind it. But pretty cool, honestly. I don't want that to be like the replacement for the gold and or orangey gold and green
You don't
costume.
like that orange. I'm sorry, I don't like that
You
orange
don't
pink.
like it? I thought they did a great redesign for that. That's so
Too
funny.
cheesy. I get the like,
What?
I'd rather he be shirtless than not
Yeah.
have that
Okay.
fucking orange. It looks so
Hmm.
cheesy.
Yeah, whatever, man. I really I do like DC costumes. They're really different because they're all like skin tight, like the comics, right? So it's like they're trying to play off of that. Whereas Marvel is like more like either utilitarian or what makes sense, realistically. Whereas DC goes all out. It's basically for vanity sometimes. I liked it. I don't know, Dylan. Sometimes we differ in opinions, but agree to disagree,
Also, I
basically.
really hope, like, one day they cast Jason Momoa as, like, Kraven the Hunter for, like, a
Oh,
Spider-Man movie. I would love to see him as, like, that.
yeah, we got something special coming up now in our discussion too.
Right.
I want to mention that, but yeah, that I think
So,
that'll be really cool. Yeah.
yeah, so I guess, well, if you don't have any other more news, I guess we should just go right into the juice.
Mm, the tea.
We really digesting today. Alright,
Oh
so,
yes.
Akram, I'm gonna let you lead this one because you watched PlayStation reveals this week. So, tell us what your overall thoughts were.
Hey, what is up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the PlayStation reveal. The PlayStation reveal was awesome. It wasn't underwhelming, right? As many would think it would be. Comparing it to other like PlayStation events, right? It was pretty indie based, which is nothing wrong with that. But everybody wants to see like what's been in the oven for a long time regarding AAA. So first and foremost, God of War Ragnarok. We got a trailer for that. More than a trailer, it's a gameplay trailer. It's not even like some cinematic. It's a gameplay trailer and a show story.
Always good
Got
to showcase that.
Yes, absolutely. Because I know you hate when they don't show the actual game like
I know,
Avatar or something.
because there's not much to go on. It's like
But it's amazing. I think it's gonna only release, yeah, actually for PS5. No release date yet that's set. I believe it's gonna release sometime in 2022 because it looks pretty polished, right? It's gonna cap off the Norse saga, so which is strange because it's God of War takes place mostly in Greek mythology, right? So we had so many games, but here it's like capping off. So I wonder where they'll go from there.
we're
With
getting,
Kratos.
Thor in this too.
Yeah, Thor, the actual Thor that is depicted in Norse mythology, not the Australian Thor, right? So that's
Chris
really,
Hemsworth
really
is making
cool.
an appearance.
Yeah. Eh, man, he like I can't wait because the thing with God of War, especially the new, I say saga, but the new franchise, the God of War, um, the like the voice acting, right? The writing is super spot on, and it's captivating, and gritty, really gritty. So I can only imagine that Thor, because Thor is like a pretty bad guy in Norse mythology, right? So
I saw
like
his
this is
concept art. He reminds me kind of like, Robert from, Game of Thrones in a way.
Oh, okay, I
It's like
understand
this
what you're
big
saying.
guy, but he's also got, like, that
Right.
hammer, like,
Right,
that
right,
Baratheon,
right.
like, stride.
Well, that they said apparently a lot of people were saying that he's inspired by like he's a little fat, right? But that's nothing. It's just because he's so strong. A lot of bodybuilders, like the strongest men in the world, they're usually like built like that too. So
They based him
he,
off Endgame.
yeah, yeah, that's what people are saying. I mean, no, I can't wait. Atreus is older. Obviously, since the time of doing the last God of War, the actor from Atreus was much younger, right? He's a skateboarder. If you check out his Instagram,
Oh,
and he
shit.
was in that Jonah Hill movie. Actually, I think it was called '90s or the '90s or something like that. Um, so he's older. So their journey must have taken place a long time, right? So wherever they're traveling to, it must have been a long time. And Corey Barlog is actually not game directing this, which is interesting, but I thought that there was an issue. So they had Eric Williams direct this, but they just said that's what they like to do. They like to get different perspectives, right, to keep it fresh. Which Corey is producing it, so I feel like that does make sense. Keep it within the context of the first game and stuff like that, and the heart and the emotion, but take it a new places, right? It's just a fresh perspective. I really enjoy
Kind
that.
of
So,
almost like Assassin's Creed anyway. It's like they're kinda, like, building their own, like, mythology
oh
or,
yeah,
like,
of course.
anthology, I guess you could say.
Right, absolutely, yeah. So I don't know. I feel sad it's ending the saga, but I can't wait because they consider this like one of the greatest games too of like all time or some shit like that. Like I do agree. But before we get to the juicy stuff, Alan Wake remastered. I never played Alan Wake, so I'm excited for that. I like Remedy. I loved Control. Right, very visceral type of game. So I really like that. So Alan Wake, in the same DNA of Control, basically. That's what started it all. And they also did Quantum Break, which I thought was really interesting, Xbox exclusive. Alan Wake remake. It's not the best graphics that I thought it would be. Honestly, I thought it would be like really like I don't know. I had like these expectations, but nonetheless, it still does look great. I mean, with the global illumination and stuff like that, I think it's gonna come together really well. I can't wait finally to play. It's coming out actually on October 5th, 2021. So pre-order now. But moving on, Forspoken from Square Enix.
I saw that. That looked really good.
Yeah, that looks good. I like the voice acting in that. That girl's from I'm always bad with names, so like, but she's from actually Charlie's Angels, like with Kristen
Oh,
Stewart
okay.
and Elizabeth Banks.
Did
She was
they
from
wait,
there.
did they showcase that during Square Enix's showcase?
I believe a tiny bit, but it wasn't as as
Expanded
much as
on.
we got.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and like we really got some more story, like kind
Mhm.
of what it's about. Definitely gameplay is important to show. They said that they really, it's like groundbreaking parkour or something like that, just exploration. Which I did see it there. It looks pretty. It kind of reminds me of the infamous Second Son game, right?
Yeah, it
That
does, yeah.
it kind of looked like that, just the movements and stuff. So I think it's gonna be really cool. Not sure how big it will be, but coming off of like Outriders or something like that, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be akin to that, with like map size and stuff. But now, my friends, for the juicy stuff, we have Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2.
Woo! It's pizza time.
Na 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 na.
He stole that guy's pizza.
That looks great. That looks
It's
really
a
good.
great year to be a Spider-Man fan, that's all I'm gonna say. What a
Yes.
time.
Yeah, and like we see there's some and it's only come out for PS5, right? So I had this
It's
prediction.
it's crazy too, cause all these companies that had these great games are moving to play like Insomniac, obviously, and then, like, with God of War, like, that was an Xbox game, so it's like they're all moving over to the PS5. I guess that's where all the exclusives are headed.
Yeah, that's why Xbox, really has to catch up with like just I guess buying off companies like they did with Bethesda. I do want to play more Xbox, so I hope they get to it or at least make new IPs from like the same companies they have. But Spider-Man 2, there's some redesigns for the costumes, most notably in Miles Morales' Spider-Man. I think we heard Craven in the beginning, so there was some like
People are saying that's Craven.
I'm pretty sure that's Craven because he's talking about like hunting and stuff like that.
I think they're basing it off, Kraven's Last Hunt storyline, which is crazy too, cause he actually wore the black suit in that one, so
Oh, that's good.
so
That's good. Good
I'm
point.
hoping it's closely follows that storyline. But yeah, that was a crazy trailer even just for like a couple of seconds where we just saw, them in action. So, I mean, obviously we gotta talk about Venom because he's
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah, and then the movie's coming out too, so it's like it's just good timing.
Crazy timing, yeah.
Very classical suit, you know what I mean? Or at least from the look that we've seen. Um, I don't know which Venom that'll be. It probably coming off the game. It probably is Harry Osborn actually, because in the game, Harry basically is encapsulated in a tube, and there's some symbiote inside there as well. So I mean,
Like we'll get Eddie Brock or something.
I don't think it's Eddie Brock. I really think it's Harry Osborn. I don't like that, to be honest with you, but just because the suit, or it could be like something else. Like maybe Eddie Brock somehow got it off of inside that tube because the symbiote was inside that tube at the end credits for Spider-Man. PS4. Um, Looks really great though. Apparently suits are gonna have more because the suits like are hands down the best. You know what I mean? Like just the redesigns that they do as well. They get like the best suits. I can imagine. Well, it's coming out 2023, but I could imagine like at launch some suits from Spider-Man No Way Home will make their appearance there. So apparently they're more important. I don't know how. I don't know if like they're gonna go like the RPG route. I would hope not, but I feel like that's probably where they're gonna go
I wonder
with
if
like
they're gonna
armor.
include the black suit too in this one.
Yeah, I don't know if they would. I mean, I hope so. I would actually love to play as Venom. I don't know. Apparently this game is going to be massive. So the voice from Venom is Tony Todd, as you would know from Candyman,
Candyman, yep.
or Zoom from The Flash, right? So he is there, and he says like it is massive, completely massive. I'm not sure. It's not co-op, right? So single player, which I do appreciate. And I don't know if it's gonna be kind of like Grand Theft Auto though, where you could like drop in, drop out. Kind of like Gotham Knights as well. Um, but yeah, here's to that, honestly. And Insomniac's doing great because they also have Wolverine. So that's I
It's
mean, that's
crazy
not
how
coming out in a
because
while.
they were just known for, like, Ratchet and Clank for, like, the longest time, and now they're, like, moving on to, like, Marvel productions, so it's crazy.
Well, I think their mechanics alone and just the way they implement story, because Sunset Overdrive, right? That was such a fun game for Xbox, and then like you could imagine that being a Spider-Man game. And so, I apparently Wolverine is going to be emotionally driven, right? And apparently it's not so much. I don't know if it's going to be open world, right? They didn't say much about it, but they said that they wanted to do this since Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man game, right? So I can't imagine how it will be open world unless he rides on a chopper or something like that. It could be like a linear type of story. Really excited. I can't wait to see the gameplay. I wonder if it's gonna be like rated M or something. I doubt it though. I really do doubt it. But
I wonder
if
if
it,
it's gonna be, like, a part of, like, a bigger, like, X franchise, or it's just gonna be, like, its own solo thing, maybe not even related to, like, the Spider-Man universe.
yeah, I'm not too sure. I really do hope. I A lot of people are saying, and I do think as well, that they're Insomniac's basically building their own universe, and that says a lot, especially with like them just doing Spider-Man and now they're having Wolverine, right? So I think it's gonna be its own universe. I wish things were more connected, like Guardians of the Galaxy or like even Marvel's Avengers, but I think everyone's trying to stay for Marvel's Avengers. That was a point I was gonna bring up after this, but um, yeah, I think it's gonna be a big like Insomniac verse, basically. And I'm down for it, honestly. I really am down for it. 'Cause I could imagine like a single player Captain America game
Oh
down the
my
line
god,
or
can you
something.
imagine? Oh. Or just, like, even, like a Blade game, can you imagine something like that where it's just,
There's
like
yeah, left field because Midnight
right.
Suns too, so hopefully that'll bring some Blade, like, into the limelight. So, yeah, and then the last thing I have is actually Marvel's Avengers roadmap. I know a lot of people a little weak about that game, but, Spidey, actually finally we have, like, a little image of Spider-Man, in the roadmap. So the roadmap is nothing too out of this world. MCU skins are promised. There's some shit coming here and there, but apparently there's gonna be a claw raid, coming soon, for War for Wakanda, so that's gonna be really cool. But I'm excited because we did see a look of, like, Spider-Man, way off. You would have to zoom in, and he has like a classic suit, so it looks pretty like from Spider-Man PS4, like that first suit that you're in. So I wonder if that's like a variant suit or something like that. I would hope they do their own redesign because I actually, for one, I really do enjoy the redesign. So, but we do see that he's coming apparently, probably around November time. So that's really exciting. I hope we get to see more. That's what they promised, that they will show more and future social media updates. So, but that's all I have, honestly. PlayStation showcase was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Really was hype
You're
for
forgetting
it.
Ward, I think you're a little you forgot, the biggest news, obviously, Star Wars: The Old Republic remake.
Ah, yeah.
I'm calling your replacement right now.
Oh, sorry guys. I'm not Wendy Williams.
This is Akram's last episode.
Sorry guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
what did you
awesome.
that was a crazy reveal. I didn't think that was, like, on some, like, Dead Space level, like, reveal shit. But yeah, what did you think about that? That was I kinda left wing, as you say, but,
Yeah, yeah. Asper Entertainment is doing that, and they're working closely with veterans from Knights of the Old Republic, and also new people who specialize in RPGs and whatnot, right? So I don't know how the gameplay will be. I'm pretty sure it'll be akin to the original Knights of the Old Republic and the Old Republic. Probably something more modernized, of course, right? We did see the Mass Effect remake, and that was around those times, right? So I think it's gonna be definitely close to the chest as I would even dare to consider it as Jedi Fallen Order. Um, and you could choose to like have I mean blasters and stuff like that, right? So I think it's gonna be akin to that. I think the graphics are gonna be great. I can't wait for that. I can't wait, and some of the original voice actors are coming back. That's awesome. That's really exciting. I don't know if it's canon. I hope so. I hope they somehow do a spin on it and just make it canon. Like they could tweak some things because you're having the
if they're
original
gonna
voice
make it
actors.
canon, this is the opportunity to bring it back into the original canon, like,
Yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't take this opportunity, right? Because it's such a beloved franchise, and one that has, like, really, like, knitted the Star Wars community together. That's why, like, this game alone, I feel like is gonna bring all the, different factions of, Star Wars fans together again. But yeah, it looked beautiful. I mean, even just for like that shot of just like seeing Revan again was really, really like mind blowing.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't know what to expect when well, I heard leaks, right? So around the same time Jedi Fallen Order came out, or a little bit before that, I did hear rumors actually, that BioWare was going to work on a remake, and then all of a sudden now it's Asper. Um, Revan looks great. I mean, it's a cinematic, but still, because the cinematics though for like Old Republic and stuff like that, they have the
They're
best
crazy, yeah.
choreography. Yeah, like I wish movies could like implement that more.
I remember, like,
Uh,
the old trailers for, like, even, like, that updated, like, online coder game. Like, the cinematics for that were just, like, fucking wow. They were, like, their own, like, little mini movies. I miss it so much.
Oh man, I hope they bring something back like that when it's actually released, and it's actually coming out for so it's PlayStation exclusive, but it's coming for PC.
I did
That's a
hear
big
that, yeah.
one. Yeah, that's a big one. That's definitely separating Xbox players completely. So my argument about what PlayStation is doing is actually they're going through a aggressive business tactic, right? They're being really aggressive with things, right? So it's like they're getting the best of the best, and they're like kind of isolating themselves, right? So it's not so much inclusive, which again, it's a business though, right? They're not really thinking about the greater good for like all gamers. No, it's not like that. You play PlayStation, right?
At the end of
I'm
the
a,
day, they are a business, so yeah.
right, yeah, and they have so much going on right now. And apparently they just talked about now the free upgrades coming soon to a theater near you will stop being free, right? So it might cost you like $20 or $5, whatever the company decides to charge, pretty soon, which sucks. I think the last company actually to do this is Horizon Forbidden West, and that is they charge, right? There was like a PS4 version. The only way you get a free upgrade was if you bought the deluxe, or I believe like the collector's edition. That's like $300, but your boy definitely pre-ordered that already. So but
They're
that right
targeting
there,
your demographic
yeah,
specifically. Yeah.
yeah, just me alone. I make up. Yeah, no, but like that does suck, man. But what can you do? But yeah, Old Republic. Really hype about that. Really hyped to play as Revan too. Really hyped to make your own Jedi or whatever. And
Wonder
to
if
get
they're
into
gonna
the
bring
lore.
back, yeah, like, the old characters like Darth Traya and Nihilus. Nihilus is,
Oh,
like,
for
one of my
sure.
favorite Sith. Darth Sion, like, all of them. Now now I wanna, like, replay all the games again just to get refamiliarized with the lore, but yeah, it's
Well,
a
it's coming to
crazy franchise.
PC. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. So, I'm excited.
yeah, man, that's great. Do you have anything else?
No, that pretty much sums up our news discussion for this week. So, as always, guys, we thank you for listening. We hope you all will join us for future discussions. So, if you like this episode, give us a like and a follow so we can bring you more content. And every follow helps grows as a channel. And if you want to know more about us, you can follow us on our social media accounts, which are tagged in the description and at the end of this video. Until next time, guys, thanks for having lunch with us.
See you guys.